Right. So we're still on rotations here, but this time the work that we're going to be doing is if they give you the shape and then the new version of the shape, which we call the image, and then they might ask you to find where the center of rotation is, what angle it has been rotated through, and then what direction it has been rotated. So the direction would always be clockwise or anti-clockwise, right? Now it tells us to do it by inspection, and again we're going to use our tracing paper. I'm using my greaseproof paper, and basically it's trial and error. So pick a point, try it, rotate the paper and see if it fits on the image, and then keep on going until you find the point. So I said it's basically trial and error. It is like trial and error but with some sort of sense to it. So you're learning every time, oh, if I move it this way, that might help, and all that. Now, this is important here. See here where it says make sure you start with the correct shape. If you start with the image and not the original shape, then your rotation will all be back to front. So make sure you're reading questions really, really carefully on this. So here's our example. We've been asked to find the center, the angle and direction of rotation which maps triangle ABC to DEF. So ABC is our original shape and DEF is our new shape, which we call the image. Okay, now again I've drawn on my grid lines because they haven't photocopied. I would recommend you do the same, and this one's relatively easy to draw them on. Obviously again not perfect, but you can use the points because they're going to be on the grid line, so you can use them to help you, and you will get there. So let's see, take your tracing paper, so here's mine, alright, and sketch on your original shape. I'm going to turn it over actually because the other side is a little bit, I think, easier to write on. Sorry for the noise. So here's my point A, this side isn't that much easier to write on, B and C, and I'm going to join them up. Remember, you use a pencil. I'm just using this so it shows up better for you. Okay, so there's my original shape. And hopefully you can see through here to where the new one is. I can sort of tell looking at that this is going to be an anti-clockwise, because you can see the shape has gone from here and it's gone round that way. So it started off sort of this way and it's going around like that, so it is going to be going anti-clockwise, right? A should line up with D, B with E, and C with F. So where is D? There. So that's where my A has to end up. So before I even start, I sometimes do a wee sort of sneaky wee one and go, oh right, look, that's the way it's going there, right? So it is going anti-clockwise. And I'm just going to try a few different points. So let's try the origin, right? So if I try here and I rotate that, it doesn't actually fit on that perfectly. Do you see that? So that can't be right. Okay, let's try this one. So what am I? I'm at the point 1, 1. And, oh, again, not quite right, but a little bit closer. Do you see how that is a wee bit closer? So it looks sort of like I'm one square out. Let's try up one. Now I'm purposely doing this for you where you're seeing me getting it wrong a few times. Let's try there. Oh, I think I'm on to a winner. Yeah, so see the way that lines up perfectly? And I am just going to check that my letters have lined up where they should be. So B should be E. Yep. C should be F. Yeah, which means A is D. Oh, I've moved my pencil. Was this it? That was the point there, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. So I found my center of rotation, and that is at the point 1, 2. So I'm going to mark that on before I lose that again, like some sort of Egypt. That was my center of rotation. I reckon this is 90 degrees anti-clockwise, but I'm going to use my wee line trick again, just to be sure, because I am at a bit of an Egypt. So if I do a line like this here, then I can tell from the position of that line how far I've gone, how far I've rotated. So if this line ends up over here, then it's going to be 180 degrees. If it's up here, it will be anti-clockwise, and if it's down here, well, it could be 270 degrees anti-clockwise or 90 degrees clockwise. So let's try and keep our eye on this wee line. There. So see how that has, oh, I've messed up a wee bit. See how that has ended up horizontal now, so it must have been a 90-degree turn, right? So let's make a note before I forget everything. Now, if you're asked to describe a translation, so we spoke about this a little bit in the the enlargements, wasn't it? Yes, we spoke about it in the enlargements. So if you're asked to describe a transformation, always say what it is. So it is a rotation, and it's rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise about center of rotation, that was there, which is the point 1, 2. Now I'm going to look back at the question. Find the center, yep, we've done that. The angle, yep, and the direction of the rotation, yes, we've got that. So I'm happy that I've done all that. With questions like that, I will always refer back just to make sure that I've got it all in. Okay. Now I've said 90 degrees anti-clockwise. This could also be 270 degrees clockwise, but I would just go for the more obvious of the two. Okay. So that is that for that stuff. Hopefully that made sense, and hopefully the rustling wasn't too bad for you. See you next time. Bye.